It's so good to be back here in South Carolina, at home of the Gamecocks.
The iron Keyshawn soars in from the weak side, however, and flushes that done.
There it is.
Driven hard. The Gamecocks will take the series against their rival.
Hi again, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Gamecock Insider. I'm your host, Derek Scott. This is our final episode of the spring season. So before we go any further, let me just say a big thanks to the sponsors who make this show possible every single week. Folks like Colonial Life and Founders and Coca-Cola and so many others, and we really do appreciate them giving us the ability to tell these great stories about the student athletes that make up the Garnet and the Black. Another one of those great sponsors is Prisma Health. They bring you the injury update every single week, and once again this week we will focus on Gamecock baseball. Carolina's pitching staff continues to be without a number of would-be contributors, and still no word yet on the expected return date for Julian Bosnick as well as Wesley Sweat. Those are the two most prominent names right now that still are in the unknown category as far as when they might be able to return and help this team. Let's switch gears to Carolina women's basketball now. The Gamecock ladies playing in the Final Four. Of course, as we go to tape, those games haven't happened yet. So we are instead going to take a look back at how they reached Minneapolis, starting with their Sweet 16 matchup in Greensboro with the North Carolina Tar Heels. The battle for the Carolinas in a great venue such as Greensboro. Tons of fans on hand from both schools hoping to move on to the Elite Eight. And let's take a look at how it all unfolded.
We welcome you back to Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina for the Sweet 16 matchup here in the 2022 NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament. Ball is in the air, tip controlled by the Gamecocks. We're underway. Aaliyah Boston takes it to the rack and lays it up and in, and just like that, the Gamecocks on the board, 2-0. There's a good start. Passes right to Breville. Down low, Boston. Boston working the baseline, trying to fight through a double team. Puts it off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound. Stick back is good, and the Gamecocks lead.
In this game, I think a lot of it just went to just slowing down and being patient. We worked on that over the past couple practices and me reading the defense. And so once I did that, I just went to score.
Right side, it comes to Beal. Work it left wing to Zaya. She'll spot up for three. Bang, got it, three-pointer, Zaya Cook. Work it on the near side to Bree Beal. Zip it left side to Zaya. Good look at a three from the left wing. Bang, got it again. Three-pointer, Zaya Cook.
Honestly, I just let everything come to me. Coach tells me sometimes, let them forget about me. And then when it's time to go, then you go. So I felt myself having a hot hand. I was just trying to keep myself calm and just get into my spots, knocking down my shots.
The Carolina Gamecocks are headed back to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I'm proud of our players. I'm proud of our players for gutting it out. I mean, we found ourselves in a two-possession game in the fourth quarter, and we bared down and won a game.
Another great win on the hardwood in Greensboro for your Gamecocks. They have made some great memories in that venue over the years, and I think it's a little extra special when you take down the Tar Heels, right? Next up in the Elite Eight was Creighton, a Cinderella team on the ladies' side if ever there was. Would the Gamecocks be ready to turn that carriage back into a pumpkin? Yeah, no doubt about it. It was a decisive win for South Carolina. Let's watch it all unfold.
Getting set for the Elite Eight here. The winner's on to the Final Four in Minneapolis next weekend. Gamecocks in the Elite Eight for the fifth time. Coach Dawn Staley trying to get to their fourth Final Four and second year in a row. Aaliyah Boston floats it up and in. Boston beats her defender again off the inbound. Circle driving in the lane is Saunders. Shot blocked. Comes off the screen to her right. Pulls up from the foul line. Got it! And Nia Russell with her first points. And the Gamecocks lead 77-45. are off to the Final Four for the second straight year.
2022 Final Four in Minneapolis, Minnesota, to Coach Dawn Staley and the University of South Carolina Gamecocks.
Back to back! Back to back! We back, baby! Stop playing! Two more!
An 80-50 win sends South Carolina on to the Final Four for the second year in a row, fourth time in the last 7 postseasons. Boy, congratulations to Dawn Staley and her team. We're back with more of Gamecock Insider in just a moment from Learfield.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks, and Home Team Barbecue, the new location for Carolina Calls.
College can be tough. Student banking shouldn't be. With collegiate debit from Founders, adulting just got easier, and college just got funner.
That's not a word.
With Founders, banking online is fast and easy. Plus, you can get up to $175 in bonus cash when you enroll in collegiate debit. Yeah, that's a lot of tacos. Lost your debit card? Pick up a new card on the same day and grab cash at over 30,000 ATMs. So don't stress. Relax. You're with Founders.
And when the unexpected happens to you, there's Colonial Life. Benefits that help cover what your regular insurance doesn't.
This is James.
Jimmy! Mom, Dad, this is James.
Jimmy! James? James Harrison from Roosevelt High?
Jimmy! Yeah! Oh! You good, Jimmy?
The 2022 Toyota RAV4.
Jimmy!
The RAV for all of you. Right now, lease a new 2022 Toyota RAV4 LE for just $259 a month for 36 months. Toyota. Let's go places.
We're back on Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott. We are, of course, at Founders Park. Last weekend in this venue, a whole lot of fun. Great crowds, great competition. The Vanderbilt Commodores were in town. They are perennial national powers beyond just SEC powers, of course. And when Carolina has a chance to battle with Tim Corbin's squad, you usually know that means a chance to make some noise nationally as well. Gamecocks were able to do that. Second weekend in a row at this venue where Carolina had a chance to take down a top 5 ranked team, and that's exactly what the Gamecocks had in mind.
Two teams streaking in different directions collide tonight at Founders Park as South Carolina and number 4 ranked Vanderbilt open a 3-game SEC series.
Well, Vanderbilt was much better than us tonight, threw more strikes, got bigger hits, so we got to move on to tomorrow, and we will.
Bell hits it hard into right center field. That'll be down for a base hit. That one rolls to the warning track. Stone comes to third. Wingo will wave him home. The Gamecocks have added a run to their lead. And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina snaps Vanderbilt's 18-game winning streak.
There's a high drive. That ball is deep to left center field. That ball is going to be out of here. It's over the evergreen trees, and Braylon Wimmer has gone yard.
moving out to right center. And it's gone! Second home run of the game for Wimmer.
The return throw is in time! It's a double play to win it for South Carolina. They take the series from the 4th-ranked team in the country, and South Carolina quiets its critics.
Series win, 2-1. Some great pitching from some youngsters to really step up, and of course some of the veterans like Braylon Wimmer leading the way for South Carolina offensively as they take down the 4th-ranked Commodores. We're back with more of Gamecock Insider right after this from Learfield.
Columbia Craft Call-In Show, brought to you by Home Team Barbecue, proud host of the Columbia Craft Call-In Show.
This is James.
Jimmy! Mom, Dad, this is James.
Jimmy! James? James Harrison from Roosevelt High?
Jimmy! Oh! You good, Jimmy?
The 2022 Toyota RAV4.
Jimmy!
The RAV for all of you. Right now, lease a new 2022 Toyota RAV4 LE for just $259 a month for 36 months. Toyota. Let's go places.
For over 40 years, Sound & Images has been South Carolina's corporate multimedia partner for live events. Sound & Images is also your resource for commercial audiovisual installations. Help your teams collaborate more efficiently with a custom-crafted AV solution from Sound & Images. Whether you want a single monitor upgrade or a turnkey AV system, we are dedicated to helping you incorporate easy-to-use technology into your space. And we offer the best-in-class support and service. Elevate your AV. Call Sound & Images today.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach, and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans. Not everyone can say that, but we can. Made in America. Real steel. Find yours.
Each banner and every trophy are just symbols of the teammates, staff, and fans that give them their worth. And for us, that also means having Prisma Health on our team, with more locations, the latest clinical technology, and a team of experts I trust. It's hard to overstate their worth to our team and our state. Prisma Health, official healthcare system and team physicians for the Gamecocks.
Good hard work has earned Whitley Ballard the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the beach volleyball team, Whitley is a biomedical engineering major with a 3.858 GPA. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
5 seconds to play. Zaya dribbling to her right. Awkward shot. Got it. She's fouled. Count the basket. Chance for a 3-point play. Zaya Cook put up a prayer. Falling to her right. Got the hoop and the harm, and the Gamecocks lead is 8.
That's your Sandsbury. Did you see that play? Zaya Cook with the and one just before the buzzer at halftime of the Sweet 16 matchup with North Carolina. That gave Carolina, the Gamecocks that is, plenty of momentum as they headed to the locker room and eventually vanquished the Tar Heels. Turning our attention to our Terminix Pest Player of the Week, we're going to come back here to Founders Park where Braylon Wimmer put on a show. He earned Southeastern Conference Co-Player of the Week and certainly good enough to be recognized by our crew as well. Against mighty Vanderbilt's pitching staff, how about 6 for 12, 4 extra base hits, 2 home runs. He drove in 5 runs as well. The Yukon, Oklahoma native had himself a weekend against the Commodores, so congratulations to Braylon. Let's change gears now. We're going to talk a little bit of Gamecock women's tennis. Carolina was at home this past weekend at the Carolina Tennis Center, and they were taking on a couple of fellow nationally ranked foes from the state of Mississippi. Let's start off with a matchup against the Bulldogs. 4-3 win over Mississippi State, and that was a great way to start the weekend on Friday. Gamecock ladies tennis team back in action Sunday against another team that was ranked in the top 40 to 50 in the nation. That was Ole Miss, and Carolina had no problems taking down the Rebels and making it a perfect weekend homestand.
There are lots of jobs out there, but I want a career.
There are lots of companies I could work for,
but here we have purpose.
There's a lot of people I can work with,
but this feels like family.
Sure, there's some hard days,
but always support from amazing teammates.
Come join us.
We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you, by you. Pick your color, your wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen, 400 horsepower in an Explorer, or a moonroof? You've got it. And now an additional $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
For over 40 years, Sound & Images has been South Carolina's corporate multimedia partner for live events. Sound & Images is also your resource for commercial audiovisual installations. Help your teams collaborate more efficiently with a custom-crafted AV solution from Sound & Images. Whether you want a single monitor upgrade or a turnkey AV system, we are dedicated to helping you incorporate easy-to-use technology into your space. And we offer the best-in-class support and service. Elevate your AV. Call Sound & Images today.
At Carolina, we know what it looks like to be the best. We've been there. We've got it at our ballpark, in the stands, and in the dugout with Prisma Health. Prisma Health helps keep our players at their best, and they're providing the same expert care to our fans across the state. With more locations, the best clinical technology, and a team of experts I trust, there's no one I'd rather have take care of our team and our state. Prisma Health, official healthcare system and team physicians for the Gamecocks.
We are back on Gamecock Insider. It's time to talk some track and field. Carolina's team, men and the women, were hosting the Weems Baskin Invitational. That is a long-standing traditional meet here that head coach Curtis Fry has put together for years and years, and his young men and women were certainly up to the task of hosting the event and dominating in some instances. Here's the sights and sounds from the weekend at the Kreger track.
It is the 9th fastest time in South Carolina school history.
So another great performance for the Gamecock men's and women's track team as they head down the home stretch. It'll be postseason time before you know it for those ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over to the Gamecock football facility now. How well do you think you know the folks who coach and manage Carolina football? We're going to give you maybe a little more information than you ever thought of. Let's take a look.
Hey y'all, my name is Jasmine Moses.
I'm Clayton White.
Larry Waters, Director of Football Equipment Operations.
Is cereal a soup?
Is cereal soup?
Well, I don't like cereal and I don't like soup, so they're all the same to me. So I guess yes.
No, because I hate soups, but I eat cereal.
No. Cereal's a soup? No, cereal's cereal. Frosted Flakes the best cereal too, by the way.
They're great. Cereal for me is not a soup because I don't put milk in my cereal. But if you add milk, I think it might be soup.
Oh, no. If hot dog's not a sandwich, I can't call cereal a soup. But, you know, because some people eat cereal dry, that's why.
What was your first job you ever had?
My first job was Miss Tookie's restaurant in Owensburg, South Carolina. My uncle actually owns it, home at a $1 breakfast.
Actually, I worked for my father, a heating and air conditioning business. He owned. If I was going to put gas in my car, my dad said I had to go to work, so.
My first job was probably, I had a lawn care company when I was about 9 years old. So me and two of my homeboys, I had the weed eater, we had the lawnmower, we went back and forth with getting the gas together. So that was my first company. Actually, I was a young entrepreneur about 9 to 10 years old, first job.
First job I ever had was, I worked on a feeder pig farm. It taught me a lot about hard work.
What's your favorite word?
Savant.
Boom! Expeditiously.
Ooh.
I heard that on TV, man.
Love. I love relationships. I love people. I love what I do for a living. It brings a lot of highs and lows with it, but love.
Who is someone you look up to and why?
My mom and dad.
I would say my dad, because he, is a part of something bigger than himself, being in the military, but just the values he has as far as like being determined, taking the initiative, and really just like working hard.
My mom, she raised 2 kids by herself. Basically instilled you can be anything you want if you're down for how hard it's gonna be.
Actually, you know what? Probably my wife. In this profession, we spend a lot of time away. And she has raised our kids phenomenally.
What's your hobby outside of work?
I'm not good at it, but I try to play golf here and there.
Golf. Fishing. Being on the boat, fishing, on the water, anything on the water.
Working out and walking my dog.
I love to play golf, but obviously, man, having 2 kids now, my favorite thing to do is go home and play anything with my kids. It depends on what Cortland wants to do. One day it's football, one day it's golf, one day it's basketball, next day it's soccer. Just anything with my wife and my kids and spending time with them.
My kids, they love anything to do with trucks, cars, a lot of Disney movies, anything to make dad chase them around. Just spending time with my wife and my 2 little girls. Got a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old, so just spending time with my girls, really.
Spending time with my family. I used to say golf, but now as my kids get older, I just love being around my family. So I love to read, so I enjoy reading all the time, but beyond that, anything I can do with my family, just spending time with my wife and 3 children.
All right, a really fun package there. Let's come back and wrap things up here on Gamecock Insider in just a moment.
And when the unexpected happens to you, there's Colonial Life. Benefits that help cover what your regular insurance doesn't.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you, by you. Pick your color, your wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen, 400 horsepower in an Explorer, or a moonroof? You've got it. And now an additional $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
There are lots of jobs out there, but I want a career.
There are lots of companies I could work for.
But here, we have purpose.
There's a lot of people I can work with.
But this feels like family.
Sure, there's some hard days.
But always support from amazing teammates. Come join us.
We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks, and Home Team Barbecue, the new location for Carolina Calls.
Back to wrap things up on this week's edition of Gamecock Insider. It's time for the On the Road segment brought to you by Toyota. Gamecock baseball team will be in Charlotte on Tuesday night, taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels. Our annual visit with that squad at a neutral site, and not just any neutral site, the beautiful minor league ballpark in the downtown of the Queen City. That's at 7 p.m. Tuesday. Next weekend, Carolina Beach volleyball team is going to head down to the coast. They'll be in Conway at a tournament being hosted by Coastal Carolina. Great chance for fans to come out and enjoy the weather and some beach volleyball as well. They'll be playing all weekend long, so check out GamecocksOnline.com for more details on their schedule. That is On the Road, brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And that wraps things up for us this week and also for our spring season here on Gamecock Insider. Thanks so much for making us a part of your week. I'm Derek Scott. Take care.
The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Gamecock Sports Network. This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of South Carolina. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of South Carolina and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of South Carolina.